I'm Max Latham. I decided to do what makes a good movie. Before I start, I'm gonna give you guys like 10 seconds to think of some of your favorite movies, or it doesn't matter if it's what you think it's good or bad. I just want to hear some of your favorite movies. So just shout them out whenever you're ready. Come on.
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park. That's a good one. I like that.
Baby
Baby Driver.
Despicable Me.
Despicable Me.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, sure, yeah. No, they're all. Yeah, okay, now I'm gonna get into it. All right, so this is a really hard question to answer because film is art, and art is very subjective. A lot of people don't. It's hard for people to agree, especially between film critics and cinema lovers and people who are in charge of making movies today. So for people since the beginning, people have loved going to the movies. Oh, by the every image I have in here is from the movie or behind the scenes. And I was gonna have a little game where like see who can tell me which one each is from, but that would take too much time. And I don't mess up my flow. So I'll just like ask everyone then. Anyways, people have been love going to the movies. We love being excited. Audiences like to see something new and to be entertained. And the first thing, while a lot of people can't agree, critics and movie lovers can agree on like the big points of what makes a good movie. We watch movies to be inspired, to laugh, to cry, to learn more about life, and to be entertained. I'm hoping you guys have all seen these movies. I tried to go pretty generic on that. So then, get to the question of what makes a good movie. And then in the video essay by In-Depth Cinema, they talk about the different things that make a good movie, and I kind of reorganized it to make it my own. First thing is story. As In-Depth Cinema says, a good story can give insight into the world or the human condition. And the easiest way to do that is by keeping the plot simple. So, having about a movie about a fish trying to find a son, people trying to rob a casino, destroy a ring, or bounty hunter avenging his wife. By keeping the plot simple, you can add a lot more depth into the story and add more onto characters. Characters are arguably more important in the story because they are the ones that really carry the movie. A movie with a good story but bad characters is worse than one with good characters and a bad story. So characters are what carry it, and the worst thing you can do is have a boring character. So I picked ones up here that seem pretty iconic. The next thing is innovation. All right, this can be anything from movie to how anything from music to how the movie is filmed, special effects, story points, whatever it's creative or technically innovative. Whether it be like Halloween with its iconic Halloween soundtrack that a lot of people haven't seen the movie, but the music is played during Halloween. Baby Driver focuses on in sync or putting action sequences in sync with the music. 1917 does a really cool thing where it makes the movie all look like it was filmed in one shot. You have Star Wars, which was like the big sci-fi movie. A lot of stuff is based off that. Jaws, which gave people the fear of sharks. Also had a big animatronic shark. I don't like to use a lot of Marvel movies, but like I'll admit, like Infinity War had the big twist of heroes losing and had a big collaboration of 20 movies pretty much. So that was cool. Inception had the rotating hallway, which is all done practically. It wasn't needed to be done. They could have used CGI, but the director of the movie wanted to make it feel more realistic and better, so they developed a whole hallway that spins. Jurassic Park was a big step up in CGI and using animatronics. And then Toy Story was one of the first full-length CGI films and changed animated movies forever. The last thing is creative synergy, and I don't want to seem like I'm promoting this movie, but it is a good movie. If you haven't seen The Flash, I do recommend it. Creative synergy is when everything I just talked about works together. You got a good story, characters that you love and hate, good music, and has a set tone. When everything is done together in one vision. It creates a film that you're not pulled out of. You're in it for the whole ride. And I think Whiplash does a good job of that. This is my image. This is by Harry Bliss, and it's just a cartoon about a Hollywood think tank. And I use this to explain why the things I talked about are seen not super common in movies today, and it's because Hollywood does what makes them the most money, whether it's sexualizing men or women to get a bigger audience. Guns, I just kind of take as action films. Think of all the action films you've seen, how they all kind of start to blend together. Sequels, of like any, they love to take things that are good movies and make pointless sequels of them, just for money. And this is best described why they do this in this video.
People in charge of getting movies made are business-minded, not film-minded. So they have no idea what makes a good movie. They could compare the scripts for The Dark Knight and Batman Forever and genuinely not know which of the two was the better script or which would make a better film. Too often when they try and push something art house, it's just not a very good movie. And when it underperforms in theaters, they blame the fact that it's an art house film and that people just aren't interested, when in reality, it's just a bad movie. So what we get are movies that appeal to the lowest common denominator. They play things as safely as possible and just make sure to include a likable cast and some decent special effects.
Okay, well, he is right about that. I really like Guardians of the Galaxy, so I hate that he uses that example, but whatever. Oh, why is it playing? All right, so my opinion. I love movies. I've always loved movies. Whether it's connecting with my dad or grandpa, watching Back to the Future with them, or Ghostbusters, my uncle sneaking me in to go see It when I was like 12. Or watching animated movies with my siblings like Mulan or stuff. So I love movies. I love seeing the medium continue to be strong and innovate and change, and that's what I love to see. So the solution to getting good movies over bad movies, and bad movies kind of more or less just being boring and forgettable, to get the difference between that, it comes down to us, because when at the end of the day, the industry is a democracy. Businesses will look at what makes money, and it depends on us to go see the movies that we want it's up to us to go see the movies that they can be replicated, and so we get more of what we like instead of just pointless action or whatever else. Those are my sources.